Hey, how you
Hi.
doing? Welcome.
I'm good. I'm ready to talk about video games again. I feel like it's been a while.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about video games. We've been talking about our experiences in Japan.
We'll have to try our hardest to not mention Japan today.
People probably want to hear about the going-ons in video games right now.
Yeah, I
You know?
mean it is a gaming podcast and
Mhm.
there is a lot happening. Detective Pikachu came out recently and everybody's talking
He
about it.
did?
He did. He is now a member. The
Wow.
PlayStation 5 had a little bit of a what I guess Sony are calling a slim model. I would call it a slightly shorter, more expensive model. And you played Mario Wonder today.
Oh boy, howdy, I did. I went to Target. I went to my local Target and played Mario Wonder. Also, let's just go off topic right off the bat. Check out this coffee.
Okay.
I
Oh,
wanted so badly to preserve the latte art because it did look really good, but then we took too long and it
I
got
can
really
see where
crappy.
you've been sipping.
Oh yeah, baby.
I actually this is on theme. Are you able to bring up your DMs? Your
That's
Twitter
terrifying.
DMs?
That's absolutely horrifying. But yes, I can.
Okay, hold on. Let me send you this because
Okay.
I I'm a little late. Well, I'm not really a little late. We kind of made the time up on the fly, but I asked for 15 more minutes because of what I am sending you right now in Twitter. I'll let you know when it sends.
Okay.
Or while we wait for that, also we want to talk about the Wii U and 3DS shutting down, which I thought that already happened, but apparently it's still
Me
happening.
too. So we
Yeah.
do have to clarify on that.
Yeah, I thought didn't we just interview Gerard for like 2 hours about that?
Oh yeah. In fact, we did. But no,
Oh boy.
apparently this is a different thing now.
Okay. I love different things. All right, the it's been sent.
Okay, let me make sure I could do this in a way where we're not showing your nudes. Hold on.
I don't you should just be able to show your chat. You're fine.
Yeah, but
Unless
there's
there's
like a sidebar with all the nudes that you send.
Oh, I forgot about the desktop nude sidebar.
I can't even. It's gonna be really tiny, but here you go. I'll do it anyway. Bing,
Okay,
bing.
that is quite tiny.
Oh, it's so loud. Oh
I
wait, they
took
missed the audio. I got to do it again.
I took a bath.
me.
I took a
Mario.
bath
You
with
were-
the
That's
With
why
the
you
Mario.
needed 15 minutes.
I
You were
listen,
bathing.
I'll tell you why. It begins to look like vomit. It wasn't.
Let's see if we can see you through the reflection. Ew.
I was clothed. I was clothed at that point. Yeah. Also, there's
Okay,
a little.
worth it.
Every block has a different thing inside, and I sent a picture of my wrinkly bath hands. I I got a little mushroom. Finally did my
Oh,
bath.
there's a little mushroom in this picture
Yeah,
of you in the bath.
it, yeah, it was inside the question block. And it's like a little soap guy.
Ew. Oh my god, your fingers.
Yeah, I was in the bath for a while.
You look like these are old man hands.
Yeah. I
Also,
don't like
that is yellow water, man.
When Kim came home, I heard her walk in the bathroom and she went, "Ew, what?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had an accident."
I hate a lot about this picture.
It kind of looked gross, honestly. It wasn't relaxing. It was like a diarrhea yellow color. It looked like I had an accident in the bath. It was a little red, and I was actually scared Kim would walk in on me bathing and get scared for a second.
Just because she's walking in on you bathing, no other reasons.
Well, she would be surprised because it's the first bath I have had. I might need to put a full stop on that. I mean, like, since I was a child,
Japan changed you.
well, you know what it is, and we're gonna get on topic, but you know how I'm working out again?
Mm-hmm.
I have a trainer. My body is killing me. Like I'm limping. I
You need a
can't
little-
walk. So I did an ice bath today, and then I waited a couple hours and did a hot bath, hoping it would help my legs because I'm in so much. I couldn't sleep.
I did
last night.
that. I did that after like the second day of walking around Japan.
Yeah, Japan was a lot of work. Hey, We made it almost 10 minutes without talking about our trip
We
to
should
Japan.
talk about what we did in Japan. So I had a lot of coffee.
I don't.
Yeah,
I wasn't
baby.
ready for that to come back. I was mid gulp. All right. On topic. What do you want to talk about first? There's a lot. You played. Yeah, I want to hear how Wonder went. I wonder how it went.
I drove my ass out to a local Target because I heard that they have Mario Wonder, and they did. I underestimated how embarrassing it is to be alone in a big box store as a grown man just playing a demo for like a long time.
I thought Pizzini was going to come with you.
I thought so too, but it didn't line up, so I just went by myself.
Did you get yourself a little soft serve ice cream on the way out? Treat yourself?
No, I got groceries and left.
Okay.
Actually, I did. I got cookies and I got some marshmallow flavored whipped cream.
Our little guy had a big day, huh?
I did. So they
did you
just
get to film it?
No, I didn't, because I was alone. I didn't want to like set up a tripod. It was me and a lady stocking shelves next to me.
Oh, what did she think of the game?
Luckily, she did not try to talk to me.
It's like an exclusive Twitch stream just for her.
I also passed a GameStop on the way, and GameStop also has the game demo.
So you played it again?
No, I thought, I was like, that's closer. Why don't I go there? And then I was like, that I feel like would draw too much attention. People are going to try to talk to me. I'm just going to go to Target
because you're so famous and popular.
Exactly. Or just there, it's a small store. People are going to go, hey, do you need anything? And it'll be like, no, I just want to play your demo for as long as I possibly can before I can get kicked out.
I just want to play Mario Wonder.
Yeah, that's all I'm here for. So Target was surprisingly dead when I went around like 3:30 p.m.
Recession.
Recession.
Yeah.
So I went right up to the kiosk. I had to use Joy-Cons, and they were tethered to the thing in a weird way, but it was fine.
So you don't steal them?
A nice big screen, and it was very loud. So that already added to the embarrassment of a grown man playing a Mario game in the middle of a Target. But it was really cool. So it's just a Mario game. When I was playing it, I was thinking, how is Wood gonna like this? Because
you're thinking of me, huh?
I was thinking of you the whole time. Because it's kind of just a Mario game.
I can. Yep. Do you want me to say that, or I would just let Bob say it?
It's very familiar feeling because it's just Mario. The demo is, I think, the whole game. It's just timed. It felt like 10 minutes. It might be 15. I'm not sure.
You could probably speedrun it in that time.
I didn't know it was timed, but I was plowing through it. So I picked Mario just because, you could pick any of the characters, and because it feels like it's just the whole game. By the way, this demo is at Target. I think every Target. It's at, I think, every GameStop. It should be at Best Buys. It should be basically all over the place. They just had to update their kiosk to include the game. So you can go there and try it out right now. And the game comes out on the 20th, I think.
Side note, I really want one of those kiosks. Like, I'm hoping when we move over to Switch 2, I can catch one getting thrown out in a dumpster at the back of a GameStop or something.
I wonder if there's any closures. If anybody knows any game store closures,
if you happen to work at a game store and you know where I can get a Nintendo, what are they called? Just gameplay stands? I want one.
Why can't you build one?
I can, but it's cooler when you get it from the store.
Okay,
like,
true.
It's cooler initially, but then also in 30 years when you're like, yeah, this came from a GameStop, and your kid's like, what's a GameStop?
And your kid's like, I don't like anything you do. I love sports.
Oh, God. He'd be on the streets.
So, I don't know how long the demo was. It felt like 10 minutes, but I tried to plow through as much as I could. The first thing I noticed when I got control of Mario and started moving around, it felt different, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And I think all that's different is the Mario jump sound, and it changed the way that the whole game felt.
Wow, revolutionary.
It's like a little higher. Listen. It's
They're doing
a lot
different
of
things over there at Nintendo HQ.
So here's the thing. Mario is a very simple formula, and that's why it's worked so well. But when you change any small thing, because the formula is so simple, it feels completely different. So this game did a really good job of feeling very familiar, but then having a lot of wacky little things that changed the entire way that the game works.
I feel like that speaks to my previous points, though, where what you just said, it's such a familiar formula that changing a sound effect for something and not actually changing the something makes it feel so different.
Yes. So I'm not sure how different the physics are. It felt really weird at first, so I don't know how much I like the new jump sound. I like the demo for the most part. I thought it was really cool, and a lot of the little things that they changed make the game feel really cool. And I'll get to a lot of the changes. I took notes in the car.
Oh boy.
So the jump sound's different. The first level, they just really want you to use the elephant ability, and it makes you feel like you're kind of on rails in the very beginning because of how like set up that first level is. It's like a little introduction level. It's super easy, but it doesn't feel like you have much control over the game. I mean, you have control, but it's just you get the elephant ability, then you just plow through the whole rest of the level.
So you get it right at the start.
Pretty much right at the start. And you have the little flower guy who like says some things. He doesn't talk that much, the flower guy. He just says some quips. I got to the part where he's talking about the Goomba, and then you hit him with the elephant trunk, and he goes, "Oh, never mind. That happened." The elephant ability...
He's keeping his two lips shut.
Did you just come up with that?
Yeah, I just can't. Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was good.
Thank you.
That was quick.
Sorry to interrupt.
The elephant also has a thing where he picks up water and spits it out. So you can like shoot water out, and that hurts the enemies. There's a lot of little things that the elephant does, not just plow through stuff. But for the most part, I just plowed through stuff, and you can hit people with the trunk.
Is the elephant timed like a star?
No, it is a power up. You keep it until you get hit.
Do you keep it into the next level?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the first level felt like it was kind of on rails. The second level, they also really wanted you to use the elephant ability. There were so many elephant power-ups throughout the whole level. One thing that's noticeably different is that the whole level feels like it's alive. The level feels like it's there's a lot going on. Things change in the middle of the level.
I was getting that vibe by the trailers.
It kind of reminded me of, you ever play Rayman Legends or Origins, like those games?
I have not, but yeah, I got serious Rayman vibes by watching the trailer too, so I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, like it felt like the level was built around you playing it at a certain speed and things happening around you and stuff.
I said this already, but it kind of feels like another team made it, and it kind of feels like Ubisoft, like the Rayman team, kind of made this Mario game. I know they didn't, but that's kind of the style I get from it.
They have a good relationship with Ubisoft now, so
they do. Maybe they stole some employees.
It does feel like a whole new team. Mario's voice is noticeably different. It's fine. It sounds fine. It's just, again, the whole game is weird because it's Mario with a lot of weird changes.
Did he throw out any like
wowie zowie?
Ooh, wow! What? Yeah.
That's what he says.
He does?
How'd you know that?
Whoa, I could be the guy. I didn't know that.
You could be. He doesn't say that. Yeah, the whole level feels like it's alive and things are happening and it changes, and then you get the little flower power up that changes the whole level, and then more things change about the level. The enemies kind of feel like they're more curated and things, and they're like more purposeful. Like they're not just thrown there as a hazard; they're like part of the level. What else? Okay, so after the first two levels, I did
our last review, huh?
I did. Would you like me to stop?
No, I like it. I'm starting to think we changed the title to Bob Reviews Mario Wonder.
The demo at Target. I'm only like halfway through my notes too. So I did the first two levels, and then I did a challenge for one of the badges. Remember the badges? How you can equip a badge that is an ability.
Huh. What kind of elephant am I, right? Forgot about those badges.
So you equipped a badge that gives you an ability that changes the way that you play the game. So I did a challenge that made me unlock the wall jump badge. So Mario already has his normal wall kick where you can like kick between walls and like scale them. But if you equip this badge, it makes it so when you kick off of a wall, you go straight up and then you get to kick off of the wall like normal. So you can get like extra height off of just one wall instead of two walls.
Now, here's my question. Once you equipped that badge, did you feel like there were ample opportunities to use that badge?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It seems very specific, and the world design is always very intentional.
So, admittedly, I only had 10 to 15 minutes with the game.
Yeah, that is true.
There were a lot of like extra areas that I didn't get to explore. You can see the level was designed in a way where there's little secrets. But the third level that I played, I skipped one. I went to one of those open areas where you get to choose what level you want to play. I skipped one and I went to one of the ones that had a difficulty of 3 stars, which was the most difficult that I saw at the time. So I went right to that, and that was the drill hat power up. That level was designed around the drill hat. So instead of trying to use the wall kick, I was trying to use the drill hat. So actually, I don't know. Anyway, I was trying to use the drill hat was really cool. But what I realized is that when you get a badge, you can only equip one badge at a time. So it's not like you can just collect all of the...
You just have like all the badges at once, yeah.
Correct. You can't just collect all the badges and then equip them all and have all these crazy wacky abilities. You only get one per level. I don't know if it's going to change towards the end of the game. Maybe you'll be able to equip more than one. Yeah, I don't love that either. I'm hoping maybe towards the end of the game, you'll be able to equip a couple. But it kind of makes it so you build out your Mario like an RPG. You got like a Mario ability build, you know?
Yeah. I like the idea of mixing and matching at least 3.
Yeah. There's different types of abilities, like there's different sections, but it seemed like you could only do one and then it knocks out the other one. So I wonder
if there's a way of doing like 3 that kind of breaks it. Like you could like kind of make like an infinite loop of something.
I mean, you can make him super powerful. I think I actually disabled the wall jump when I got it. I think I got it, and then I was like, I don't want to use this. And I instead of using the wall jump, I equipped it. We saw it in the trailer. When his hat gets really big and he uses it as a parachute. Yeah, that was awesome. I equipped that for the 3rd level, so I had the drill hat and the ability where I could basically paraglide.
The Zelda glide.
Yes, it felt a little bit like Peach's glide, how she can kind of glide. But that was sick. That made me fly through the whole level because when there's a little platform, you just kind of like fly to the next platform.
Why even play? Sorry.
I mean, Mario's all about movement, especially the way that I play. I just hold B and run to the right.
Yeah, so I'm liking everything I'm hearing. I'm
being able to float a little bit and stay at the height that you are when you make the first jump.
That's actually
you just breeze through it.
When I played Mario 2 back in the day, I always played Peach because you can like glide a little and it made it easy to like skip parts of the level, which I loved. So I do like that.
I would have liked to have tried all of the different characters because Peach does have a glide. So I don't know how she plays differently than Mario would with the cat.
She's got like a short glide. She got like a little bit of...
Because she should also have that ability, unless maybe her ability is her skirt instead of the hat. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
So true. Skirts, huh?
So true, dude. So after the first 2 levels, there's an open area. Yeah, I talked about that, and you get to pick from the levels that you did. I picked the difficulty 3 level. The 3rd level was 3-star difficulty, and I did the drill hat power up. So that lets you go into the ground and move around in the ground.
Yeah.
So you can skip past
like
enemies.
Ceilings and stuff, I think, right?
I did not do it in the ceiling, but I think you're right.
Did you? Yeah, you didn't try.
I didn't even think. I was doing so many different things.
It's just crazy. It's out of control.
I couldn't figure out how to use the drill hat to get to different areas, but I think that you can do that. I think maybe you just hit the ground and then you phase through something.
Yeah,
you can't like drill into the ground into another area. That wasn't working for me.
Can you imagine you just drill in the ground and then go through the whole level and just skip everything? Is there like do you get forced to pop out at some point?
I think so. I think you hit a wall.
Okay.
And like you can't scale up the wall. I don't know. I was forced to jump out every once in a while. But yeah, the floaty hat I liked the most, and I'm sure that there's going to be more abilities in the game that make it so you just fly through the game. And then after that level, I went to another level that said time for a break, and it was like a bunch of like fire piranha plant guys. And the second the level started, the demo ended, and I got kicked out.
Oh, damn! Because I want to know what the heck that means.
Yeah, I don't know
Time
what
for a
that is.
break?
So,
They're gonna
and
force you to take a minute out of playing.
I think it was like a silly little challenge, like a
break something.
Yeah, it looked like there were music notes and there were piranha plants like above them. Maybe you just do a fun little thing and then you just beat the challenge.
Okay.
But you could have skipped all that and just went right to the next level if you wanted to. So
Yeah,
you can kind of breeze through that. That was the whole demo. I was too embarrassed to sit there for another 10 to 15 minutes to play a different character, so I just left. But you can.
I don't picture you as a man that gets embarrassed. Was that like a line of kids waiting to play because you were there for 15 minutes?
There were 0 people in there. Nobody was paying any attention to me. The kiosk was very loud though, and that made me uncomfortable. But I'm hoping there's some sort of demo that comes out in the eShop because I'd like to play around with it more. This was a timed demo, so I don't know if they're going to be able to do that.
It's kind of wild to me that the game is out on kiosks. I might have just be oblivious. I've never heard of this before. Like they didn't like put Tears of the Kingdom out a week or two early on kiosks in Target. Like you had to wait until the game came out.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mario lends itself a little better to being on a demo kiosk because the game just starts and they're like, here's the first level, play it. You know,
yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom is a little different. You got to like sit through a cutscene.
Well, like
and then
any first party game. I mean, like Pikmin, like you name one. Like I just don't. Is this a thing they do? I could be not realizing.
I think so. Pikmin had a demo on the eShop, but I think they also had it in the kiosks because there were actually Pikmin marketing around the kiosk. So
yeah,
I think there is a demo on there.
I'm surprised there isn't a demo on Switch then, if that's something they've been doing.
So the surprising thing is that it's Mario, and that it's a week before launch or 2 weeks before launch, and it's the whole game that's just there.
Yeah, I know, it's so crazy to me. It feels so surreal that they did that.
Yeah. So I mean, guys, the challenge is how far can you get?
Yeah, can you finish it? Can anyone finish it before the demo runs out?
Go to your GameStop. You get one chance. All right.
That's a video.
Don't sit there all day. But you get one chance, and then tweet at us how far you got.
You get one chance per store. You have to go. You
got to go to a different store.
Hey, should we offer a prize for someone that does it?
To get the farthest? Sure.
To finish it. I mean, is it possible?
You can't finish I mean, maybe, but we don't know how long the game is.
How are we going to prove someone went the furthest? Because if it's like an open world bit,
show us a video or a picture of you. I guess you got to time it. You got to figure out how long the demo actually is. And then right at like 9 minutes and 50 seconds, take a picture of where you are.
I'm down to offer a prize if anyone can finish it at a demo unit. I'll give them $200.
They're not going to finish it. Finish World 1. How about that? Finish World 1.
How close did you think you got to finishing World 1?
Actually, I have no idea. I got to the...
Yeah, I don't want to promise that without knowing.
Okay, finish World 2 then. I definitely was not close to finishing World 2.
If anyone can finish the whole game, I got a prize for you.
The whole game seems impossible.
There has to be a way to hack it. What was the last Mario Brothers game? Super Mario Brothers game?
Bowser's Fury.
Like 2D.
You mean 2D?
Yeah. Like Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
Yeah.
Speed run time.
I think I want to do what Jackson does. Jackson, when a new Nintendo game comes out, he tries to beat it in one sitting and he times it and then puts the speed run on speedrun.org or whatever. I think I want to do that with this one because that felt really cool flying through the game.
The fastest time for Mario Bros. U is 36 minutes. So, okay, you probably can't finish it.
And that's also somebody who has the game and is trying it 1,000 times, you know?
Okay, whoever can get the furthest. I just don't know how to dictate the furthest is.
You
The
just have to
Nintendo bank account will give you $200.
you just have to take a picture of where you are at like 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
And it has to be at a kiosk.
Mhm.
And it has to be an honor system.
I have to figure out how long the
first try.
demo actually is.
And tweet the results at the Nontendo account on Twitter. Oh, I mean X. And then we'll have Hannah look through all the applicants. You also, in your tweet, you have to let us know how far you got. You need the proof, but you need to write how far you got just to make it easier to understand. I want to try. I want to participate. I'll go to GameStop. The GameStop near me love me.
I need to figure out how long it is before we tell everybody that there's like a bounty on it. Or go and figure it out.
Googling. How long is the Mario kiosk demo? So time yourself too, and then we'll take the time into account. So like if your demo is 10 minutes and someone else is because there's no way of 10 unless you film the whole thing. You could just lie, say, oh, mine was only 5 minutes and I got to the end of the game.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. Super Mario Bros. 1 demo was available at some Target stores. Yeah. We know.
So this article on Nintendo Life says it's about 10 minutes, so it's probably 10 minutes.
All right, at 9 minutes and 50 seconds, take your phone out and take a picture of where you are. And that's
okay.
That's
yeah,
what
the
we're
10-minute mark. But you got to be honest about it.
How could you lie? Like you could Photoshop it, but you can't take a picture of like it doesn't spawn. It resets the whole console. When
really?
Yeah, when you hit 10 minutes, it goes, thanks for playing, and the whole thing resets.
So when you do it, you've got to get your phone out, you got to set a timer, and you got to put it next to you. I would do 9 minutes 30 seconds to be safe.
If you hack the console, I'd still give you the money. Because like that's
don't give them
that's
ideas.
crazy too. But you know, don't cause a ruckus. Like don't stay in GameStop trying to get the bounty for like the whole day, you know, we're gonna cause problems.
Do you want to send them a shirt as well?
Sure.
A shirt, $200. Okay.
So tweet at us. Tweet at us. Hashtag Nontendo Challenge. There you go.
Nontendo Wonder Challenge.
Nontendo Wonder Challenge. There you go.
Okay.
And we'll go
Love
through
that. Love that. Is 200 enough? I didn't want to speak out of turn. That's 100 from
no,
each
no,
of
it's
us.
fine. That's fine.
Okay. Did you like the game? I want to know how you feel.
It was
about it.
awesome.
Okay.
Again, it's familiar Mario, but they changed just enough to make it super interesting, and it changes the way that the game feels and plays in like a good way. And you can curate it, so you can change it as much as you want or as little as you want. So I loved it, and I think I'm excited to speed run it. I want to get my hands on it and try to beat it as fast as I can because it felt really fun.
I'll think of it since you were thinking of me the whole time.
I think you will probably not like it for the first level or two, and then it might open up to you when you start to see the new abilities and stuff.
I feel like, how long did it take you to get to the open area?
No, it was 2 levels and then just the open area.
Yeah, I feel like once I'm there, I'll probably start finding some semblance of fun. This might be the first 2D Mario I finished since like the NES.
So you get to the open area, and then it becomes a linear path again. You know, it's not like it opens up and then it's just open forever. It opens up and then you get another linear path, and then it goes to another open area.
I get that, but it will satisfy my goblin brain to be able to do things in my own order for a little bit, even if I have to go back to linear. I like that idea.
Yeah, I loved it, and I'm excited to play it in my own house without a lady stocking shelves next to me, without embarrassing myself as a grown man.
Really? Because we could simulate it. We could get Hannah in there, putting some things up on the top.
Maybe I got my old Target clothes. I used to work at Target.
Dress her up.
Dress her
up. A bit
of
Mario Wonder roleplay. I am looking forward to the game. I am not like megally. You know, it's not
megally, bigly.
It's not like when Zelda was dropping or, anything like that. I'll say I'm looking forward to it more than I was Pikmin, and I ended up liking Pikmin quite a bit. So
So
I'm looking forward to playing it.
game comes out next Friday, October 20th. So I might stream it next Thursday if I can get my hands on
we'll
it.
probably both be live at the same time. It'll be my return stream.
Oh,
because I haven't streamed since we left for Japan.
I might be able.
Japan?
I can send Hannah to get my game for me.
Oh, because she'll be in the city already.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go. You just wait. That's nice.
Hell yeah, brother.
I will just download it off the Australian eShop as I usually do, and then have a ton of people come to my chat and ask me how I got it early.
It's the wizard. You contacted the wizard.
Oh, by the way, one quick thing I want to say. A lot of the one of the you're gonna hate me for this. One of the top comments on our Mario tier list. The only thing I actually want to correct the record on is I said I'd never played Super Mario World, which was the SNES one, right? I think that was a little bit of a fib. I think I have dabbled in it, but I would be more willing to say I haven't played it than I have played it. There was a comment that said Wood considers himself a real gamer but hasn't played Mario World.
Yeah, what's up with that? That was in the back of my mind. You're not a real gamer.
You can absolutely be a real gamer and not have played a game at some point. I can guarantee you I've played more games than you. Two, I hated how that sounded, but it is true.
You said it.
I've said this so many hecking times, and I don't know how many times, so many times. I didn't have a Super Nintendo. I've told the whole story. Ooh, well.
Yeah.
I never went back and played any. I've played from Super Nintendo, I played Super Metroid, Earthbound,
Mega Man X.
Mega Man.
The best Super Nintendo game.
The full story is we had an NES, we got a Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country and Mega Man X. Mega Man X, I loved the first level, but it was too hard for me. I was like a little kid. I just couldn't. So I got bored and I went back to NES, and then we got rid of the Super Nintendo.
I thought you were a real gamer.
I never even played Link to the Past until like my 20s.
Yeah, probably. Same.
So I just never went back and played Super Mario World because by the time I was like a real gamer, I had already stopped liking Mario for the most part.
I was a big boy and I was playing like Sonic 3. And freaking Cyborg Justice, dude.
The good platformers.
And Mortal Kombat, ever heard of it?
I've heard of Mortal Kombat 1.
The new one, that's the new one.
Yeah, that's the new one. It's on Switch. Apparently, it looks terrible.
I heard. So I didn't have a Super Nintendo. I had a Sega Genesis, and then that's why. So I used to play Super Mario World at Sears. I used to go to Sears and play on the little kiosk there.
Yeah, I wish I could do stuff like that when I was a kid.
When we had a personal computer, and I was old enough to figure it out, I got SNES 9X on the computer, and I was like, I can have any SNES game that I want. And then the first one I played was Mega Man X because I had it at a friend's house and it looked really cool, so I played that and it was amazing. And then Super Mario World, and then it opened up a whole new world of possibilities to me, and now I love emulators.
That makes a lot of sense. Your journey makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Also, I played Mario RPG because I bought... When I got into retro collecting, I bought Earthbound, Mario RPG, Link to the Past.
When is the new Mario RPG coming out?
It's a good question.
I'm looking. November 17th.
That
I gotta play
I'm excited for way more than Mario Wonder. That is actually anticipated for me. I managed to polish off Sea of Stars the other night because I wanted to make sure that was taken care of.
You polished it off.
I polished it off.
Okay. I am excited for Mario RPG. Not as excited as Mario Wonder, but yeah. There's some talk about Game of the Year this year, and some people are saying that Mario Wonder is a contender. I don't think it is, just because of the nature of the type of game that it is. I think I will enjoy it the most out of any game this year, but I don't think it holds a candle to some of the other grander scaled stuff that has come out.
1,000,000%. Elden Ring is considered for this year, right?
I don't think so.
Or was that last year? No, that was last year.
Pretty sure that was last year. Resident Evil 4 is this year. I forgot about that.
Game of the year. What year is it? 2023. The
I'm pretty
Nintendo
sure
won't
they
have-
won last year.
Nintendo most likely won't have 2 games in the top 5 anyway, and Tears of the Kingdom is going to be the one that they're going to want in the top 5.
It's going to be between Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3.
I was about to say, yeah. And I honestly, I don't want to say worried because I love both games.
Mm-hmm.
I think Baldur's Gate 3 might win.
Yeah, I think for the Game Awards that Jeff Keighley does, Baldur's Gate 3 has a huge possibility of winning.
I think Baldur's Gate 3, and I've said this already, is as good of a game in its genre than Tears of the Kingdom is in its game. I think they both exceed at giving players unparalleled and unmatched freedom in a fully polished and insanely expansive experience. I love both so much. And Baldur's Gate 3 has a lot that Zelda doesn't, like an entire fully voiced 250,000 voice line story that's actually very gripping and intense. I love the story in that game. Whereas Zelda's story is like, it's got a flash in the pan.
Now imagine what Zelda could have done with I mean, it wasn't voice acted. What am I talking about? There just wasn't a lot going on.
It was. But it was like,
I don't know if I would call it fully voice acted.
I mean, I enjoyed the story. A lot of people seem to not really enjoy it. The people were split on it. But Baldur's Gate 3 is like unanimous. Like everything about it is just unanimously 10 out of 10.
It seems really cool. I haven't touched it, but I've been interested.
Yeah, I think you would actually like that game, but I do not think you have the patience or the time to play it.
Yeah, there's too much going on. There's too much I want to sink my teeth into. I have a story in here that is a little off topic, but I want to bring it up anyway. It just says Randy Orton.
Yeah, I know. You want to get to that? What? How much time do we have? Because there's a lot we said we wanted to.
We got 25 minutes.
Okay.
We're running a tight ship today because it's late and I want to stream. We are recording this at night because I want to go to Comic-Con.
Bob and I are both playing catch up from Japan, but also there's a lot happening right now for both of us.
Yo, I went to the P.O. box to pick up some stuff because people sent me stuff and I need to make videos on them. And the P.O. box people gave me a shopping cart. That's how much shit was at the P.O. box.
I am now realizing I haven't checked mine.
You're going to end up with a shopping cart as well. Anyway, Randy Orton. Here he is. Yeah, he reportedly paid $1,000 to have his Elden Ring character leveled up. I want your thoughts on that as a wrestling fan.
Okay, Randy Orton, actually one of my favorite wrestlers. He's in my top 5.
Does this change your opinion on him?
No, not at all. I didn't even know he was a gamer. So maybe I'm a bad fan. I
didn't know that either.
I look at Randy, nothing about him screams video games to me. He looks like a guy that cracks open a beer on the weekend and hangs out with the boys and drives fast cars. Like I don't see video gamer. So that kind of shocked me. I also, he's one of the most popular WWE guys, has been for a long time. He wrestles every week. He probably doesn't have time to work out and travel and play a ton of Elden Ring. I mean, he needs to get a Steam Deck for the flights, I guess.
What's the point then?
I guess,
let me just pay somebody to beat a game for me.
I mean, that mentality to me kind of, and this is I'm not the kind of person to yell at someone for not being a real gamer because I think that's cringe. But this mentality to me screams casual gamer who really loves the idea of Dark Souls and Elden Ring, but doesn't really have time to invest in it. So they just want to play at full specs and kind of go around and wail on some bosses for a few hours, experience the world and the game and the majesticness of the world that was built, and then call it a day and get back to training. I think that game is really hard to start playing and get into. It's a grind to get to any of the good stuff. And if you're someone like him, you don't have time. That's what I think when I see this.
He bought the easy mode DLC.
He did. And I mean, $1,000 to that man is nothing. I mean, give me the job of playing games for wrestlers for $1,000 a pop. I will gladly do that. So someone got paid well, but yeah, to him, Randy Orton net worth. He's worth $7 million. And he
stand to lose a couple, you know?
It says he has
Couple bones.
assets of 15 million. He probably gets paid a couple million every big show that he does. Like, I don't know. It just sounds like a casual gamer that just wanted to experience a fun video game and didn't have time to play the whole game. I'm actually okay with it. Like, it's a ridiculous thing to see, though.
I'm having a goof. I think you could enjoy a game however you feel like you want to enjoy it. $1,000 is kind of an insane amount of money to pay somebody to put into your game.
You do have to think about time. Fully leveled up, because I
play a
played that
different game. There's so many games. Just pick a different one.
But the game is really good, and if you want to experience it but you don't have a lot of time, you kind of have to play someone else's save. But yeah, like I played 60 hours to beat the game, and I wasn't even fully leveled up. And that's what's you break $1,000 by 60 by an hour each. What's that for 60? Someone do math.
You're gonna make me do math. You can forget that.
I mean, it's probably not even that good of a deal when you think of it that way. Because if it was $100 an hour, $1,000 would get you 10 hours, which isn't enough.
This reminds me of when I was in elementary school. I think it was 5th grade. I paid somebody $5 to unlock all of the cheats in GoldenEye. And then in order to do that, you need to beat all of the levels on the hardest difficulty as fast as possible. And I got the save file back and I looked at it and I realized that all of the levels were beaten in like a second or like 2 seconds or 3 seconds. They were like insanely fast. And I was like, how did he cheated? And then I realized he used Game Shark and I had a Game Shark and I could have just done that myself.
And that still hurts you to this day?
Still hurts me. $5 I gave that man.
Do you need me to spot you $5?
It's the principle.
Yeah.
Our Patreon supporters do that enough.
I divided 1,000 by 60. I don't know why. This might make sense. It says 16. So I think if I did that right, whoever he paid got $16 an hour to level up his character.
Also, that guy could have just cheated and given him a save file that just artificially had all this stuff.
Yeah, if it was a PC game, if it was like his Steam Deck or something, you absolutely could have just downloaded a save file.
Yep.
Someone should tell Randy that.
Maybe he'll feel like I did when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah, that's an equivalent, I think, $5 prospectively for that man.
So, can we talk about PlayStation? Can we jump right to that?
Because I wanted to make a video about it, but my Japan vlogs are going to start soon, and I didn't want to break the canon of me being in Japan.
Yeah, I wanted to make a short about it, but there's just too much stuff I gotta film.
I am so confused about this whole situation.
Okay, so let me explain a little bit. This was the PlayStation 5 Pro was rumored for a long time, and I'm getting deja vu from the Nintendo Switch Pro. The PlayStation 5 Pro was never going to happen, but like a month or two ago, there was a leaked image of the PlayStation 5 Slim model that people thought was the Pro model. Is this the PlayStation blog? Because that's what I'm looking at. Oh, it's a picture.
No, I sent you an image of them next to each other, and then I sent you my image of overlaying them.
The first one's oh yeah, that is next to each other. Bing. Can I do this? Shoop.
So that's the PlayStation 5 disc version on the left, and the PlayStation 5 disc version Slim on the right. Now, I don't know about any of you, but when I think of Slim, I'm thinking the difference between like PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 2 Slim, or even the big fat PlayStation 3 and the Slim model we ended up getting. This is PlayStation 1 inch shorter.
Yeah.
Its width around the base where the disk drive is actually exactly the same. I did an overlay, which was the other image I sent you. It's a little confusing, but they essentially take up the same amount of space.
Oh, it is overlaid. I could barely tell.
Yeah, the big one's kind of overlaid.
That's the space you get right there.
Yeah, and then you can see space on the left there a little bit because it's more narrow. But then the actual disk drive, it's
Oh,
the
I
same.
see.
It's occupying, because the disk drive is the same width, it is occupying the same amount of space wherever you put it. Like the inside might be a little smaller, but if you're trying to fit it into a gap, it will occupy the same amount of space as the regular. It'll just be about an inch shorter.
Yeah, it's not a big difference at all.
No,
That
I don't
so
know the point at that point. It's
so
I don't get it.
let me tell you the point.
Okay, tell me.
The
Please tell me.
PlayStation 5 launched in a weirdly broken state. There was a lot wrong with it that they fixed over time, very slowly in different like silent iterations. One of the major issues was the thermals of the PlayStation 5. Another major issue that people don't talk about too much is the power that it drew was like weird, and we both experienced this. Mine turns itself off all the time. It just
Oh yeah,
it doesn't.
Mine,
Its sleep mode is messed up.
in
And
my
you said
old house,
yours
they would
used to.
throw the
Yeah,
power of my
Yeah.
house.
it's
I'd be playing
bizarre.
a game and my power would go out.
It's very bizarre. It didn't feel like a finished product. So it needed a redesign. It needed a mid-cycle refresh. Another issue is the manufacturing of it. They had a hard time manufacturing the original design of the PlayStation 5. Over time, they made slow iterations, silent iterations that made it a little easier to manufacture. This, I'm hoping, will be a lot easier for them to manufacture and probably a little cheaper for them to manufacture. So there needed to be a design change up. There needed to be a mid-cycle design refresh. They could have done a little more of a design change, though. They didn't have to stick to this design mentality of having it be this weird organic blob, this with these curves that don't fit anywhere in your living room. Yeah, I don't know why, to be honest. I don't know the reasoning for this like weird spaceship router looking thing.
I don't know, man. The little line they've put in it now kind of looks worse. Kind of makes it look a little more just broken.
Oh yeah, the line. So this design leaked about a month ago, and it was said that break is there so that you can remove the disk drive or put in a new disk drive. If you can get the diskless version, you can put the disk drive into it by removing this panel and adding a new panel onto it.
That's actually kind of cool.
I didn't really believe that. I was like, people are just saying this. That doesn't make any sense. But no, they did. They made it so you can put the disk drive in, which I think is cool if you want to save a little bit of money and you want to buy the disk drive later on. Maybe you're like, I want an all digital console, save me a couple bucks, because that's a great idea in the Xbox Series S. The Xbox Series S is significantly cheaper. You don't get a disk drive, but some people can't afford a whole Xbox Series X. So that's a good idea. It's a terrible idea here because the two versions are only a $50 difference.
I know. So they increased the price of the diskless version over the original. So the Slim is $50 more. The PlayStation 5 diskless Slim is $50 more than the original diskless PlayStation 5. Why?
So PlayStation raised the price of all PlayStation 5s in different regions except for America. I don't know. They're hurting for money, and they need to squeeze it out as much as they can. I don't think they're actually hurting for money, but I think that it ended up costing too much for them to manufacture PlayStations, so they tried to nickel and dime people in weird ways, and this was one of the ways.
Out here, like this might be coming from a naive place of must be nice. But in a situation where you have two options, one is a PlayStation 5 with a disk drive, and one is a PlayStation 5 without a disk drive, and the only difference is $50, and you're already spending how much to get the diskless version?
$450.
You're already spending half a grand. Yeah. The difference of $50, I don't think $50 is a lot of money, but full price new video games are $70. So if you take the hit of just not buying one full price new game and instead spending $20 less and getting the version with a disk drive, you can start buying video games on sale.
Game.
Video games. I'm Japanese still. on sale for $20, $30. You can get games half price. You can borrow games from friends, or you go diskless and you're a slave to the online ecosystem and you're having to buy games at full price every single time. You'll as soon as you start buying digital games over physical. If you're in a money tight situation where you couldn't break that extra 50, as soon as you start buying digital, you're losing money.
Yeah, that's the benefit. So I think that these days a lot of things are more digital or accessible digitally. One negative side effect of this digital world is that sometimes the game isn't on the disc. I'd like to see some stats on how often you can't play a game with the disc that you purchase from Target. But you can still find much better deals buying physical than you can buying digital on the PlayStation Store and stuff like that.
I mean, borrowing games is free. If you have a friend that also has a PlayStation, you can buy a game each and you can switch them back and forth. Like, you can get, I don't know. It doesn't, $50 isn't enough for me. At $50, if I'm spending $450, I may as well spend $500 and get a disc.
Let me tell you about how much worse it gets. If you did somehow, maybe your parents bought you the discless version for Christmas by accident. They didn't know any better. Whatever.
Hey, free is free.
Guys, I appreciate the gesture anyway.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna just buy the disc drive because, I mean,
I
want the disc. It's an option.
It's
an $80 option.
That's ridiculous. Wait.
Let me see those gears turn in your head. Just do a little bit of math here. That is more money.
If you buy a Slim with no disc drive and then buy the disc drive separately, it'll cost $20 more than if you had just bought the disc PlayStation.
Ooh, so close. $30 more.
Oh my God. Wait, it's 80 to 80?
80, yeah, it's 80.
Oh my God.
Oh,
why?
Oh my guy.
That doesn't make any sense.
It gets so much worse.
It can't get so much worse. There's
it does. Let's say you want to put it in your living room. You know what? Like a normal console, I want to lay it horizontally. Good news. You can lay it horizontally. You just have this stupid little friggin' kickstand here. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that looks like. This is the only picture of the kickstand.
It looks like a safety pin. What is it?
That is what is holding up the console because it's curved in such a weird way. You know how the PlayStation 5 right now, you have to have that black base like attached in a weird way to lay it horizontal? That's what it's going to come with, this little tiny thing. And again, this is the disc drive version. So the disc drive is holding it up on the left side. I don't know what's going to hold up the discless version. That's going to have less meat over here.
This stupid design has created a problem that they've had to try and solve. Why not just make it flat?
So I know exactly what you're thinking. I know exactly what you're thinking. And you're thinking, I'm just going to stand it up. I don't need to put a little kickstand. That's not enough. I'm just going to stand it vertically.
Yes, I'll stand it up because it comes with the base, and I'll just stand it up on the base like I did with my PlayStation.
I see where your mind's going, and I gotta just slap you down real quick because the base, the vertical stand is $30. You gotta buy it separately.
No, it's not.
I think potentially the worst part about that.
What is happening? Why did they do this?
Potentially the worst part about that is that people are not going to pay for that, and they're going to just stand it up anyway, and it's going to fall over and break their $500 device.
How is that worth $30? It's a little ring of plastic. It's not. It's hollow. It's nothing. That is nothing. That is you could buy that for 10 cents off AliExpress right now. That is nothing plastic.
One of the greatest opportunities they had here was to fix how the PlayStation 5 stands and how it fits in your living room, because the
Don't
standing
charge us for your crappy design.
the way the PlayStation 5 sits in a living room is poorly designed. It comes with the original PlayStation 5 comes with a stand. It attaches to the bottom in a weird way. You got to screw it in, or if you want to lay it horizontally, you got to attach it and it hooks onto the back. It's very strange. There was a great opportunity for them to change all of that and just make it a fucking rectangle, or at least flat on the bottom, and they didn't do that.
I mean,
$30 stand DLC is what we're looking at.
At this point, I'd be down to skip this version and wait until they make a PlayStation Slim and get that guy.
Yeah.
I'm baffled.
It's not great.
It is such a bad design to have to be propped up by all these different things, and one of them now you have to buy. Like, say what you want about Xbox, but it's a box. You can stand it up. You can lay it down.
It's pretty tiny, especially the Series S is insane to look at. To grab it and hold it, the Series S is so tiny. But
I was just looking at mine. It's nice. I like it.
The Series X is also tiny. It's a weird shape because it's a thick rectangle, but it's not nearly as weird as the PlayStation 5s we're seeing.
It at least makes sense.
You can at least put it in a living room. You can just put
it wherever you want.
You take it out of the box and you put it, and it's there. A PlayStation 5, you take it out of the box, you got to read instructions to put it. That's not an experience we want.
The Series X and the Xbox in general, you can see in their design that they learned from some previous consoles, like 360, where like it was a kind of you stood it up normally. I mean, I guess you could lay it down, but you move it a little and the disc gets scratched. Like, they've gone through some iterations where they've had to kind of make a console that is sturdy and it looks nice and it sits in a living room and it just is what it is. You don't have to spend $30 to stand it up. PlayStation have made some wacky consoles over the years, but this one's the wackiest, and they finally had a chance to improve it and make it different, and they literally made kind of a worse one.
They somehow made it worse.
It is worse because now it's even harder to lay down, and it doesn't stand up on its own without you spending $30 more.
So I'm hoping that it's better in some small ways, like with the thermals. I'm hoping that that's better. I'm hoping the power issues are ironed out this time. But at first glance, it's looking worse.
So if you wanted to buy a PlayStation Slim discless, and then you decide you want to stand it up, you're at $480. And then if later you decide you want to add a disc drive, you're at $560? Yeah.
You're
at $560.
Yeah, dude. It ain't looking too good. Oh, here's a positive. Can I hit you with a positive?
I don't honestly see one because, again, because of the width of this, I'm not laying it down. So if I get it, it's going to occupy the same amount of space. But hit me with whatever positive you have.
So one thing PlayStation has done great this console generation is the console covers. And they are also...
if you buy a disc one, you can take the disc drive out if you wanted to have a digital one?
Yeah. I don't know how it works with the panel. It might not come with a discless panel.
Oh, you know another reason why they might have done it that way?
Why?
Well, because now it's all the same model. They don't have to make a discless version and a disc-based version. It's the same model.
Yes, that's one
way
of the
easier for manufacturing as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Console covers. They're gonna have different colored console covers for this new version as well. So you can just get like a black one without having to buy a whole new console. You can just change the color of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the black one.
Well, look, the console covers they have now, like instead of buying the Spider-Man PlayStation 5, you can just buy the console covers, and now all of a sudden you have a limited edition PlayStation 5. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no.
So that's going to continue.
I'm gonna get the black one.
Look, man. You have every fucking Nintendo Switch imaginable. Imagine if you could just buy the cover and it changes into the limited edition instead of you having to buy a whole new console. I think that's pretty cool.
I mean, theoretically, you can. It just takes a lot of work. I know. I hear what you're saying. That is really cool. I don't like the way the Spider-Man one looks. I don't know if we
No,
ever
I don't
said
really.
that.
I don't really like
No,
it that much either.
kind of horrible. But I did want a black PlayStation, so that's cool.
My brother purchased. He didn't have a PlayStation 5. He just got it because he wanted to get the Spider-Man one. And then once he ordered it, they sent me the console covers. So oopsies. Sorry.
You know, it's funny that I googled PlayStation Slim to just look at it, and then this like mock-up came up, and that I like. That's nice. It has the vibe of the PlayStation. This is some like artist rendering. I don't know.
Yeah.
It has the vibe of what they were going for, but more stream. I don't know what is happening at the bottom. I don't need like those. I guess they're legs. I guess it makes it so they can stand up, but I'd like to be able to lie it down.
Yeah. They fucked up. They fucked it up.
They seem proud of that design because they just had a chance to redo it and they didn't.
They could have kept the same sort of design philosophy and made it fucking stand up correctly. You know?
Yeah, I mean again, PlayStation 2 big and slim. They look the same. Just one is small.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting. A small guy.
Or
not
the
like crazy small, but
think of the different versions of the PlayStation 3. Even the first PlayStation 3 had a curve at the top, but at least the bottom was flat, you know? It's not complicated. Like, it's a console, it's gotta work in a living room, and this doesn't.
You can get transparent shells for the PlayStation 5.
Are
like
they
aftermarket, but no, it actually looks pretty bad, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just metal on the inside.
I'm gonna send you a link. I kind of don't like it. It looks unfinished. It's just an eBay listing. Careful with your address if you pull that up.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna pull it up. Okay, it doesn't look that bad. I was expecting worse. It's not great. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's because it's not even metal on one side. It's plastic.
All right. Well, that's
it.
that. God, what a mess.
We're out of time. We had more things to talk about, but I was kind of interested in the topics we just did.
Yeah, I know. That was fun. I had a good time. I mean, I guess we can quickly say, just so we actually talk about it. Yeah, Wii U and 3DS are shutting down. I guess that's kind of old news now anyway. But
so that apparently the old thing we were talking about was the eShops on those consoles shut down. Now the whole internet is shutting down on those consoles.
Yeah, which also kind of leans into the theory because April 2024 is when that happens. I've been saying that the new Switch is going to come out probably maybe April. So I
think it'll be a holiday thing.
Well, either way, I mean, they're moving things over. We had conversations about the Switch's ecosystem and what they're going to do with the online infrastructure, and that they're building something better, and that hopefully the Switch and the new thing will run on the same ecosystem. So to end the previous ecosystem and then just focus on that new one. Just saying. I mean, we all already know that something is happening next year with a new console, but there's just more and more things pointing towards it.
So, yes, so this is just the internet shutting down, like on for the whole system. For the most part, a lot of stuff stopped working anyway. Like a lot of the online functionality for certain games like Splatoon, you can't play online anyway. So this is just like an official like end all be all. Luckily, Street Pass will still work. You'll still be able to use Street Pass on the 3DS. It's just you're not going to be able to play all of the different mini games inside of Street Pass. I'm pretty sure that a lot of Mario Maker was already shut down. I think people are just now trying to beat like the best or certain levels that nobody has ever beaten yet. People are trying to do that with the Wii U before it gets shut down. Otherwise, there's really no point in having internet on these consoles anymore. Aside from preservation for like eShop stuff, but that's already been shut down. So
yeah, there's elements to it that are sad for sure, but that's just the day and age we live in now, and it's also exciting because it means new things are coming. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward, not backwards. Also, I don't care. I haven't turned on a Wii U in a good 6 years.
Yeah, somebody asked me if I was gonna pop it back out, and I wasn't gonna because it's a pain in the ass to hook up and stuff. But I might, like, right before it shuts down, try to beat a couple Mario Maker levels or something.
The
That could be
idea
a
of
fun
beating
little thing.
Mario Maker levels before the bomb goes off and ends the possibility to do it again is actually a cool idea for a stream. and
Ends
you should
our
do that.
lives. That'd be cool. Just end it all.
If you die in Mario Maker, you die in real life.
That's the stream.
Hey, everybody. So I wish we had more time to talk, but it is a busy week. We got to do a bonus now. And
Yeah.
to tease what we're going to talk about in the bonus episode, we have Detective Pikachu Returns. Talk about that game because I have a lot to say. I haven't played it, but I have a lot to say.
Okay.
A little bit of beef with Kit and Krista again.
I wrote that down. I wrote that.
I know you did. It's not really beef, but I do want to talk about something Kit said.
Oh, I'm so mad at Kit.
Oh my God, me too. I'm mad at Krista.
They're gonna buy into our Patreon just to hear what we want to say.
We're shutting them down. And Bob and I did something fun together at night recently.
That's an interesting way to put that.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about what we did.
I lost a
let's
great
just
night
say-
for that day.
It was an eye-opening experience for both of us, and I think we've both realized that we like something, possibly even love something that we never thought we'd try.
Oh, God. All right. Cool.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, listening, liking, subscribing, rating 5 stars, and everything else that you do to help support us. Thank you to the Patreons that keep this show going, and we're going to go talk to you now. And we'll see everybody else next week. Have a great week. We should be in the studio next week, right?
We got to book it.
I'll see you there.
Bye.
See you live and in person.